I know we could just win the game with Bolas, but it's more fun to use the new Planeswalkers, you know what I mean? Let's put it on Teferi. Now I heard a lot of people say that we wouldn't get this -10. But there it is, 2 turns after this one. How's that? That'll let us take our Bolas up to a negative as well after it. So it's pretty crazy stuff. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. We're continuing on today with the Core Set 2021 pre-release event hosted by Wizards of the Coast. I just want to go ahead and say thank you so much for the VIP account. I really enjoy being invited to these events. They're a lot of fun, and I know my community enjoys them as well. With that out of the way, today we are playing Esper Walkers, which is really cool. We have Teferi, Master of Time in the deck. We have the new Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, in the deck as well. And these creatures don't only see play frequently, but they see their ultimate used quite frequently as well in this build. So that is a lot of fun. As always, we're going to talk about the deck list, go through each individual card. Then we're going to break down the strategy and synergy with the cards within the deck and how they work together, right? And then we're going to play some gameplay, and we're going to break down the interactions that we find within the new meta for you guys, so you can kind of learn how the deck works against all of the other decks. And then finally we come full circle with my closing thoughts. If you find any value within this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and share it to a friend who you think might enjoy it as well. Let's get right into it. We have 2 copies of the Elder Spell. This is a sorcery. Destroy any number of target planeswalkers. Choose a planeswalker you control. Put 2 loyalty counters on it for each planeswalker destroyed this way. 3 copies of Thought Erasure, another sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Surveil 1. Moving on to our 3 drops. 3 copies of Narset, Parter of Veils. A legendary planeswalker coming in with 5 loyalty. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. -2. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them, and then put it into your hand. Put the rest onto the bottom of your library in a random order. 2 copies of Cry of the Carnarium, another sorcery. All creatures get -2/-2 until the end of turn. Exile all creatures in all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn, which is really neat. And if a creature would die this turn, exile it instead. 4 copies of Teferi, Time Raveler, another planeswalker coming in with 4 loyalty. A static ability of each opponent can cast spells only anytime they could cast a sorcery. +1 ability. Until your next turn, you may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. And a -3 ability. Return up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment to its owner's hand, and then you get to draw a card. 2 copies of Kaya Orja of Usurper, another legendary planeswalker. 3 loyalty when she enters, no static ability. +1, exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. You gain 2 life if at least 1 creature card was exiled this way. -1, exile target non-land permanent, with converted mana cost 1 or less. And -5, Kaya Orja of Usurper deals damage equal to target player, or to target player equal to the number of cards that player owns in exile, and you gain that much life. 2 copies of Oath of Kaya. This is an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, deal 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. Whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control with 1 or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player and you gain 2 life. On to our 4 drops. 3 copies of Shatter the Sky, a sorcery. Each player who controls a creature with power 4 or greater draws a card, then destroy all creatures. 2 copies of Teferi, Master of Time, the new legendary planeswalker. 3 loyalty when he comes in. Static ability of you may activate loyalty abilities of Teferi, Master of Time on any player's turn, anytime you could cast an instant. +1, draw a card, then discard a card. -3, target creature you don't control phases out. Treat it and anything attached to it as though it doesn't exist until its controller's next turn. -10, you take 2 extra turns after this one. We have Extinction Event. 1 single copy of this, another sorcery. Choose odd or even, exile creature cards with converted mana cost of the chosen value. A single copy of Atris, Oracle of Half-Truce, a 3/2 creature with menace. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your library, separates them into 2 face-down piles, or sorry, 1 face-down pile and 1 face-up pile, and then we get to choose one of the piles to place into our hand, which is quite nice. Our only creature of the deck there. 3 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death, our first 5-drop. It's an enchantment. When you play it, exile target permanent an opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. On your next upkeep, non-creature spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast until your next turn. And on the following upkeep after that, return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield, put a +1/+1 or a loyalty counter on it, depending on what it was. A single copy of Ashiok Nightmare Muse, another planeswalker, 5 loyalty when he enters, +1, create a 2/3 blue and black nightmare creature token with whenever this creature attacks or blocks, each opponent exiles the top 2 cards of their library. -3, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then that player exiles a card from their hand. -7, you may cast 3 spells from among face-up cards your opponent owns from exile without paying its mana cost. 3 copies of Nicol Bolas, the Dragon God. I know this splashes red, but it's still an Esper-based deck. 4 loyalty when he enters, static ability of he has all loyalty abilities of all other planeswalkers on the battlefield. +1, you draw a card, each opponent exiles a card from their hand or a permanent they control. -3, destroy target creature or planeswalker. -8, each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or planeswalker loses the game. Finally, and definitely not least, Ugin the Spirit Dragon. 7 loyalty when he comes in, legendary planeswalker, +2, deal 3 damage to any target, -X, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less, that's 1 or more colors, and -10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and then put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand to the battlefield. These spells are accompanied by 4 Hallowed Fountains, 4 Godless Shrines, 3 Temple of Silences, 3 Temple of Deceits, 4 Watery Graves, a single Steam Vent, a single Blood Crypt, 2 Sabai Triomes, and 4 Interplanar Beacons. We do have a sideboard for you guys. However, the event is only best of 1 standard, no traditional today, so you're going to have to hold off for that. This is the deck list. You can kind of see how it's going to work. Let's break down some of the more advanced plays that you guys might be unaware of within Esper Walkers core set 2021. My favorite play is Teferi, Master of Time. His plus ability can be activated not only on your turn, but also on your opponent's turn, so you're drawing 2 cards and discarding 2 cards, which is neat. You can use the discard ability to get rid of Ugin the Spirit Dragon, which in turn can be brought back with Elspeth Conquers Death. We can also get rid of Ugin with our Thought Erasure Surveil, which is quite nice. Atris, Oracle of Half-Truths, also has the option to get Ugin into the graveyard, so that's manageable as well. So there's a couple ways to get Ugin out onto the field without paying 8. Ideally, he comes out with Elspeth Conquers Death. We're only ever paying 5, so we don't have to worry about that. And the value he holds is well worth it. We also have the Fairy, like I talked about. We're using his +1 to draw our appropriate cards, much like we do with Narset. And then we're also discarding Ugin so we can bring it back. Not only Ugin, but our other planeswalkers as well with ECD. The -3 shuts down an attack, which is really cool. It helps you survive while you've played a card and maybe you can't wipe the field that turn. It'll help you your planeswalkers survive so you can wipe the field next turn, right? And then taking 2 extra turns after this one. People said this would be too hard to get to. I hit this multiple times today with ease, right? And when you do that, you're able to hit Ugin's -10 quite easily as well, just because you do get the 2 free turns there. That's without using Elder Spell. We've incorporated it just to get you there more quickly. We can do Nicol Bolas's minus to win the game, Ugin's minus just for extreme sauce, Teferi's minus for extreme sauce as well. So Elder Spell can nuke your other planeswalkers to make one planeswalker a lot stronger, and then you can do an immediate ultimate on him, which is a lot of fun. This deck is literally the most powerful deck I've played all event. I'm really looking forward to playing more of it in the upcoming meta. I wish there was more strategy to break down for you guys, but there's really not. Do your sorceries on your opponent's turn with your Teferi Plus ability, like your Shatter the Sky, like your Cry of the Carnarium, right? So you're getting the most value out of those. But other than that, I guess you can use Teferi's minus to bounce Elspeth Conquers Death, to bounce your Oath of Kaya. That's another really pro play that we can do within the deck. But it's not so advanced that you can't get a grasp on it. It's really all about just gaining control, wiping the field, and then bringing your planeswalkers back and just having more value than your opponent. So that's the deck list. That's the deck strategy. I'm live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. I'd appreciate your company. We have daily uploads on YouTube live premieres, so come say hello there as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified of all of our future uploads, share to a friend, and then do it all again tomorrow. We also have a Discord of like over 1,200 people now, beginners to experts. It's a great place to get advice or share your experience with the game we all love. We have monthly contests, giveaways, all that stuff. Come check it out. Thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate everyone who's continued to spend their time and attention with me, and even those of you who've gone way above and beyond and begun to support me financially. You're incredible. Thank you so much. Let's get into Esper Walkers. Alrighty, this is actually a pretty cool hand. We have a Beacon early, we have Teferi's early, and Cry early. You know, I'll allow it. We do need to pull a second Swamp to activate said Cry, but I believe mono green Ugin, which can be discarded with our Time Master. Ooh, Growth Spiral. Main phase. This guy's excited just like me. I was main phasing Growth Spirals earlier. So this is a bummer in multiple ways, but I think it's just most important. You get a Teferi out against the Simic deck as soon as possible, right? Let's minus for immediate value. Shatter this guy in the pocket is pretty cool as well. Uh-oh. When Solemn Sacrarium enters battlefield, search your library for land, play it like a boss. Oh, I don't mind.
This might be a bad idea.
Let's just allow him to ramp, whatever.
Stand by and watch.
It is what it is. Keep your artifact off of the field at all times. Right, it's an expensive card to play. It costs 4. We're at 4. We can drop our Teferi, discard Ugin. Elspeth drops at 5. Right? As long as there's no mystical dispute here. Doesn't look like it.
Alright. Who's ready for a good
We can even phase it out as well. Discarding our Ugin. Land goes in play. Teferi goes up. We can now minus our Master of Time on this Simulacrum. And then ECD it a little later on. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yikes. Lose to Teferi, probably. No, we'll keep Teferi. Let's just phase that out. Go to our turn. Drop the Beacon plus Teferi so we can shatter on his turn.
Oh, I've done the hero.
Plus our other Teferi for the land. Oh, what do we discard at this point? I guess the land. Let's end our turn. Our permanents tap, we don't have any. We do have an instant speed shatter though. Gonna need to be countered, which he cannot do with the fairy on the field. Karn is annoying. We should have thought erasured before our shatter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could have done it. Ouch. That's on us. Let's see what we can get right now. let's get this other Beast God there. Bolus can go to the grave. Right, we're going to grab that with our second ECD. He's grabbing an artifact from his sideboard to his hand. That's actually frightening. We get to see it at least, so that's helpful. It's a Spyglass, which he can cast. Let's just shatter now. He's gonna name our ECD. I'm pretty sure. He gets to draw. Sorcerer Spyglass. So OP. Does he just shut down one of the Teferis though? Or is it ECD? It should be ECD. We have two of them, in fact. Oh, he hits Teferi Time Raveler. Wow. Okay, we can ECD his Karn. Blessing our Teferi, don't forget about that. Let's toss our Cry. Let's Elspeth. Karn.
I will endure.
Let's bless our Teferi. Discard a land, question mark? Oh, he gets to gain control of permanent. Oh no. Misread that. At least we can ECD it. He's gonna take our Teferi. The plot thickens. Oh, fuck. Henry's. God, Eternal Roads. Alright, we're in a good position. We did do a misread, and I think should have left Karn and taken the Sea God there. Right, we could have kept our Teferi that way, so this is unpleasant. He does have his Giant, which we'll have to leave on the field. Takes his draw, takes his discard. Let's toss a second CD on our own Teferi. Absolutely heartbreaking. Can't use our smaller Teferi, of course. And then we just deal with this big old giant here. Ooh, another Karn. Okay. Another Spyglass? Don't you dare. Okay, it's the cage. Shuts down our ECD. It's really good. Or does it? No. No. For less than 2? Can we deal with this any other way? Let's go less. Just wipe everything. We can't use our Teferi with the Spyglass, and I just would rather get rid of the
All creation can be undone.
Oh, they're colorless. Oops. That's on me. Anyways, let's get in the old-fashioned way, I guess. My god, that's embarrassing, you guys.
Will resonate throughout the multiverse.
Let's just eat his Karn. That's the best thing we can do there. We still have Ugin on the field, which is broken, even though we forgot about them being colorless and not colored. I was expecting to wipe everything there. Burrow draws, gains life, and then he can just replay it immediately, so that's pretty cool. We get to bring back Nico Bolas at full strength. Yeah, definitely RTFC for this guy. Let's just send this guy for lunch.
Suffer for your cause.
Ugin goes up. It's home.
I will destroy.
Barry can come and play.
After 1,000 years, I'm getting the hang of things.
Kaya can come and play. The Fairy can plus.
I faced undead horrors. This is childhood.
And Kaya can minus on the Grafdigger's Cage.
I'm gone for now, but not forever.
GG's. Super Friends prevail. Let's see if we can top deck an Elder Spell and do a Teferi ultimate. Another Beast God. Crazy. Cultivate. The guy just loves his land. We'll give him that, right? Playing his Uro as well. Narset can dig for appropriate removal. And Teferi can still plus here as well, right? Getting rid of the land. We have 33 left. Extinction Event is nice, I guess. Let's play Narset.
My prowess is unmatched by
Take a dig.
Keep an open mind.
Elder Spell's just what we want.
Well,
Grab those, just be quick about it.
look to see me no more.
We should have +2 on Bolas, but I don't think it matters so much.
My schemes are never ending.
2, 4, 6. Yeah, let's just take 2 turns. I know we could just win the game with Bolas, but it's more fun to use the new Planeswalkers, you know what I mean?
The time,
Train
Planeswalker.
order.
Let's put it on Teferi. Now, I heard a lot of people say that we wouldn't get this -10. But there it is. 2 turns after this one.
Years a consumption.
How's that? That'll let us take our Bolas up to a negative as well after it. So it's pretty crazy stuff. Let's cycle that.
My greatest creation.
Let's roll Teferi plus here. Hey, thanks for the host magic. I really appreciate that. Cool. Discarding our land. Ugin can go up. In home.
Not ignore
Guess we'll take the Scry.
draconic talent.
Thought Erasure can go, I think, at this point. Odd. Odd, even, odd. Get rid of his Earl. We still have to deal with that 8/8. Our turn again. We can now -10 on our Spirit Dragon. Oh, I can't even do it. Oath of Kaya goes in, Teferi goes in, Narset goes in, the land goes in. Yeah. It's too much. Oath of Kaya can go up top. We can scry our lands to the bottom. I guess Ugin can stay there. Oh, it feels so bad. Let's plus Teferi. Discard Narset, I guess. I don't know. Let's just shatter that 8/8 away. He gets a draw, that's fine. And we can activate Narset again here. Take another Oath of Kaya. We'll let him go. Get rid of our Oath here. So he gets to grab one of our permanents next turn unless we can destroy this enchantment, which only way we can do that is with Ugin, and it's like a -7, and he just got his Ugin. Oh my lord! It's an Ugin off, you guys. How could I have been so naive? Oh! Double Ugin! You guys ever played Double Dragon? It's just 2 Ugins. Alright, that's the best top deck we could have ever gotten.
Then this is my fate.
We don't want to play our Ugin or he's just going to take it, or our Nicobolas. So we're going to hold the phone here. It was the same situation last time where we went for his big Planeswalker instead of his Sea God. And, dang, what a game! He's down to 21 cards, flexing Karn on us pretty efficiently, I'd say. We have to deal with this ECD somehow. We have plenty of land, plenty of life. It's not the worst. He has nothing to get rid of from his hand. So this works. We can bounce the ECD. And that ECD actually comes to our hand, I believe, because it's our permanent. Right? So let's get that back. Please and thank you. We have to exile a card here. Feels pretty bad. 1, 2, 3. Let's drop Bolas. It's a bummer, but it is what it is. Oh, it costs 7. To drop for some reason because the God Pharaoh statue. I see. We wouldn't have been able to cast Bolas either. So he has Karn still doing work. He can start plussing, which is pretty gross. Right, plussing his statue is a good play. The colorless is really good against our Ugins, though.
My grief fuels.
He goes to his sideboard instead. Takes Teferi. That's fine. Oh, and then he takes our whole graveyard. Awesome. ECD is now not worth nearly as much. We want to save it for his Uro, question mark, which he should play right now, I think. This is a risky matchup. 20 minutes gone by already. I have 15 cards. He has 19, so we're playing full decks here. And this Uro is a very good kill command. I kind of want him to outdraw us. Three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's just take Uro out of play. It's a good card for him. And then we can either hit Karn with our Nightmare or plus Ugin onto it, I think, is our best bet. Okay, he's drawing land, and when it dies, he draws a regular card. Pretty good. Hope he makes that statue.
Say hello to my little friend.
Till your next turn. We're just gonna chump block this. Right? We're exiling from the top, which makes him mill himself, which is really, really good. That's what we want. So now we just wipe the field. We're able to get rid of the God Pharaoh statue, which is pretty cool. He does draw 2 cards, though. That's not good. Closer to milling himself, yes, but it does increase his arsenal. Let's plus our Ashiok again. Holding on to our land in case we're forced to discard. Right? That would be heartbroken if we had to discard an Ugin. Not worth it. We already have plenty of land. I mean, if he discarded our Elspeth would grab it, at least, I guess. So if he deals with Ashiok in any form other than Exile, Elspeth grabs it. What a world! Absolutely incredible. I'm heartbroken. Now instead of killing Karn with our Ugin, we have to kill his Ugin with our Ugin. He killed his Karn for us. And he picks up a Stone Cold Serpent, which is very hard for us to deal with. We need another Shatter for that. Another Elspeth Conquers Death, which, I mean, I'm not sure we have. Dang. Dirty, dirty, dirty.
An opportunity to act rashly. Then this is my fate.
Cycling the land. Playing one more. What a match. This is incredible. Our opponent's down to 11. We're also at 11. There goes our Ugin. And a 21/21 Beanstalk Giant. We have 4 Shatters. Which, that is not one. Feels pretty bad. We're gonna hit in 2 turns here. Doesn't matter how much life you have against those creatures. Absolute annihilation. That's 33 damage. Loving it. Come on, Shatter. Not quite. We get to see if we could have pulled it next turn. Right? Getting rid of a Cultivate. Even more land for him. That just doesn't bring us closer. And that is a very good game. Wow. I really enjoyed that match. That was cool. Another Simulacrum. Wow. So the fact that he had colorless artifacts as his core base build of his deck really helped squeak out the win against our Ugin-based Esper Walkers deck. Land looks good. We have removal. Let's look for that second swamp. Throw the curveball with this Mardu land when we're playing Esper. We do splash a little bit of red for Bolas, but I don't think it's enough to call it a 4-color deck. Cat Oven. Real nice. Cry helps there. Just looking for that second swamp. If I see Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Okay. Let's bounce the cat.
I know my responsibility. No, I am not making this up as I go.
Elder Spell's not really a requirement here.
We're also lacking the land for Narset, but when you bet big, right? Shatters, I don't mind. Those are playable, so that's not bad. Hopefully it's an aggro deck. I don't think so. It's I think this is definitely a control deck. He's got Yorion as the companion in blue and white land sources on the field, which is terrifying. Here's our first island, though, and yeah, we can play.
We don't have access to Cry next turn, but the turn after we do,
Really help shut down
unless we pulled the correct land. Okay, this is fine. We don't even need it.
At least some value from it.
Don't worry, I got this.
Let's get Teferi in play as soon as we can. I think that'll be nice.
If I don't
Get this
have
draw going.
I'll just make one up.
Shatter. It resets our Teferi up to 3. Am I in a hurry to do that? Probably not.
I say discard Bolas. I know it's weird, but it is what it is.
To stay on top. That was our second blue source, which activates Teferi, which means we can discard Ugin. Just looking for an ECD. Birth of Maltese while holding up 3 mana. Interesting.
We have access to Cry, we have access to Shatter. We can ECD something bigger.
We get some damage in. Is there a counterspell here?
Waldron Familiar gets hit with our Cry, that's fine.
If he's got a counterspell, he'll use it because he doesn't want to give us our Teferi back. Right? There it is.
I'm gonna plus Teferi if he attacks. Zombies get buffed here.
Does he have a counterspell in those 3 cards?
So he wants to kill our little Teferi, which I think is unacceptable, question mark.
That's not a card you want to give
Let's minus our Teferi on that. And now plus it. Get rid of the Triome. Plus our other Teferi.
This might be a bad idea.
Out of the Sky is where we're headed. Land can come in tapped. Passing the turn.
Saving our second shatter for Yorion.
So he has a good board state. I'd like him to play more creatures. Actually, I'd like her to play more creatures before she attacks. I am semi-familiar with Pixie Kitten on Twitter. Let's shatter before Nightmare hits. And then another Cauldron Familiar, that's fine. Discard. And plus our Teferi here. Take the Shepherd out. And now let's just plus our Teferi.
Let's try this.
I think we're in a fairly good position here.
Worst case scenario, he goes to the grave for ECD to grab.
Cry should help clean the field of what's remaining. And we have Nicol Bolas to bring back.
Go for it. Ugin, the Spirit.
So he's making more zombies, or she's making more zombies. My apologies.
Sublime Epiphany for 6 instant. 1 or more.
It's just that we all have access to the account. Let's see his attackers first. Just one hit on Teferi. I'm totally fine with that. Let's let it go through. He's mana tapped. Let's draw a card here. Discard our duplicate Teferi.
Which is fine.
And probably plus this Teferi and instant speed Cry.
Here we go.
Right?
Second one in play as well. Plussing him.
Yeah. So we're actually going to get rid of Ugin here. So we can bring him back instead. And then we need 3 mana.
Which I might keep to cycle.
3, which leaves with 3. Let's end our turn. He's getting more. He's getting more. I'm gonna do that forever. More zombies. We've been holding on to this Cry from the very start. This is the longest con of my life.
Barry, he can bring back his Yorion. I'm surprised he didn't bounce his own ECD. We could get Nissa in play. Kills Barry.
Let's Cry beforehand. And then the permanents that she is sacrificing are not those creatures.
to play our other Teferi on top, just to look for an additional card. Not bad. At least it's out of the way.
Let's take a draw. 2 Ugins, I can't believe.
And ECD on the field. Not a good feeling.
Yeah, we're nowhere near 8, so let's get that. Let's bring him back in play. Apple of the Sea can go in. Both can sit there. Oh.
Omen of the Sea.
1, 2.
Taking that dig. Three mana left.
Oh, this is risky business. I don't know what I want.
I'll protect you.
So we can always like phase it out. Which is pretty easy. Or we should have just double oath. So I know.
Dog, and he's probably gonna bounce this ECD, I think.
Yeah, I would think we could have. Math, am I right? We can just plus here. We should have done that first as well. We need Teferis. And just plus up here as well. We could have also killed it that way as well, but I think just hitting it out with Teferi is fine. So you can see all the different play routes that we can do 6 damage with. Like we can Oath, bounce an Oath with Teferi. We can combine an Oath with an Ugin.
The card draw is really what we wanted here. Grab Yorion. And that can bounce his other ECD, but like I said, the Hydro Crisis does dodge it, so he'll have to take our Teferi with it.
Yeah, I think we'll let it hit our body. I'm not too concerned with that.
We're not casting for free, so that's fine.
I've got time.
We don't even need to be doing that. That's how crazy that is. Right, we can just deal damage with instead. Oh! Sorry about that. Drawing a card, then discarding a card. Goodbye land. We have a Teferi plus to shatter on his turn. So I guess we'll do that. That's for 4. Leaves us 3. Ending our turn. See if she plays any more creatures before we shatter.
Library. Playing our Earl. We get sacked. We play our other land. We do find Ugin.
The sack for the draw. Cool.
Spiral. We have to do it now because he has to carry on the field.
Could just have them mill themselves, I feel like.
Another land is fine.
Another cat.
We have enough to play minus everything on the field. We burnt through spells. I don't think he has more.
I think we shatter before the Reaper. We take quite a bit of damage there. Down to 7. We can gain 7 life with our Ugin. goes up again. Getting rid of land. Our turn. We're in complete control here at this point. We will -10 on Teferi. -10 on Ugin. We have 2 Teferis. Let's keep the big one. Let's get rid of Midnight Reaper, when we should have got rid of the Bastion, actually, probably. And we get to now draw with Atris, down to 24 cards. We have 2 turns to take after this. We've not even used our Elder Spell. 2, 4, 6 we could get to. 8. Bolus can stay. Aya out there. Gain some more life. Oof.
Glad to be.
Let's minus on our ECD. Draw. Take out this Bastion of Remembrance. Take a Narset draw as well. Another Cry, sure. And then Kayak Plus. We're just clicking quickly, get it all over with. And then, yeah, that's our turn. We go again. Play our Ashiok. Play our Bolus. Well, let's use everybody's abilities first. Going nuts. Fairy. Land. Plus our other Teferi. Plus this, get rid of the other cat. And then we can Elder Spell. And we still have another turn after this as well. That gives us 10 loyalty to put on either of our Planeswalkers. Take a Bolus up to -14 or 214, and then we'll just end it this way, right? Why not? Good game. We won't make it go on too much longer, but that is an absurd amount of power. Oh my lord. Alright, the land again is lacking. That's what's kind of making us want to go for these mulligans. Again. Really not digging this land. We're going to keep it. We're going to toss. We also got burnt last match by holding on to Elder Spell, but I don't think that's going to happen 2 games in a row. That's got to be pretty unlikely, right? So let's get rid of that. And yeah, that's Scry 1. Perfect into a Triumph. I actually don't mind that. Just getting to our land total as quick as we can. Have the Archfiend Vessel with a Johnny. This is a Azor's life gain. Seems weird, but I gotta go for it. Just kind of exiling it.
I had guild business to attend to.
And then we're gonna Teferi bounce Johnny. Luris, main deck, what's up? Oof, we need a Oath of Kaya or something now. Maybe look for Shatter the Sky, question mark?
Those who cannot listen with thoughtfulness before action.
Just take Teferis for now and feed them to death. Try to upset the apple cart. Bloodthirsty Aerialist. We definitely need Shatter the Sky on hand.
This was overwhelming.
Big money, big money. Oh, little money too. Let's just keep digging for our Shatter. The life gain kind of offsets the damage he'll do. Resetting his Ugin.
I am not making this up as I go.
Wow, that's a pretty good hand too. Let's throw our land away, getting rid of his Ugin. He has 2 demonic embraces, so we really need to make sure we're controlling his creatures. I guess we probably should have done that bounce situation also with Luris. It's okay though. Either way, the same effect would have happened. They both have life gain now, which is bad for that Shatter. It's really important. Let's take the Scry. Well, that does help, but it's not the Shatter, and we're too low on life for anything else. Just digging for it. We are digging for Shatter the Sky harder than our computer fan is running today, you guys.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Alright, hit for 8 here, not pleasant. At the very least, right? He could tutor up, or embrace up, I should say. And hit us for 11. We are 100% banking on pulling removal. We need it in a big way. He's going in with his creatures, which is really nice. Nope. Isn't that so sad? Bouncing this Johnny. We still can't get it. This is ridiculous. The life gain is really helpful there, and we can minus on the Knight. Also very helpful. Somehow we're staying alive, but without that field wipe, we are not looking good. Alright. Barry's gone again. He might have wanted to take a creature back, but he has Lurrus for that as well. That's fine. We need to really get rid of Lurrus. We also really need to get rid of Sorin. Maybe we should have kept an ECD and taken a turn off. I want that Shatter. I want it bad. Unbelievable.
Gods once, I am one again.
I guess we'll take his Sorin that way. Hopefully finding that Shatter the Sky soon. LOL. We're able to survive at least, which is nice, but you need more removal. 3, 1, and 3. Extinction Event could hit odd for us as well. We have dug through so many cards. Okay. A little bit of ghoul action. Hit for 7. Down to 10. Off, take a land, it's over. Just as bad. The life gain at least is helpful. Need to draw a card. It's an ECD. Nine, 10, 13 damage. Good game. I guess we can phase out his Aerialist and keep the dream alive. Alright, Demonic Embrace. I think that might help make up for the damage lost here. Oh, they're both attacking me though. Okay, good play, good play. So, but since he's dying anyways, let's take the draw. Big ouchies. We're still gonna die unless we pull a Shatter. Where is it? Cry. Cry, cry, cry. Good game. We tried our best, but we're getting boxed out. And a couple matches in a row, really having a hard time finding our removal. The Blood Lord.
I drink only the finest. Your lifeblood is sweeter than wine.
We'll let him box us out. It is what it is. Check out our premiere. How's that going?
Timaeo's really great for her -3 to bring back Shatters, to bring back Elspeth Conquers Deaths as well, right? So you're getting additional mana without having to search through your library to find those cards. Growth Spiral, Uro, it's just ramp into Nissa, and then play your Krasis if you get it with all of your Nissa land. Probably don't play your Krasis unless you do have Nissa on the field. You want it to be a big body, you want to make sure that you're getting that nice draw. Narset helps us draw our Planeswalkers.
Cool.
Teferi helps prolong the game, right? Let's find what we're looking for.
We're just gonna mute that down.
Is a really big threat, and people don't know how to deal with it right now, so all eyes are on him. They're really overconfident.
Alright, Esper Walkers. We could only play best of 1. We had a sideboard guide. We're gonna have to feature that in the future. What did you guys think? I know I kind of tossed that first match by going for Ugin's ultimate instead of Nicol Bolas's ultimate. What do you do though? I just wanted to kind of showcase it. I think the power level in this deck is ridiculous, and I'm really looking forward to playing more Esper. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, hit the bell icon, do it all again tomorrow, live on Twitch daily, 6 a.m. PST, and then we have the YouTube uploads as well, doing the premiere process now, so come say hello there live. Too. So thanks for watching, you guys, I really appreciate it, and don't forget to do all the shenanigans, and most importantly, come say hello tomorrow. Take care.